Yo, what's going on, guys? MStack42 here, and today we are going to be breaking down the Madden Challenge 2016 salary cap rank tournament. And in Group A of the tournament, the #1 player in the world, Serious Mo, heads off the group. This guy's been winning tournaments like they're going out of style. What you can expect from Serious Mo is a high octane offense. He runs the gun trips tight end, which if you've faced it this year, you know that it's inside zone, four verts, and PA shot wheel. Even if you know it's coming, it's extremely hard to stop. When you put it together as a scheme, it's nearly unstoppable, especially when you have guys like Golden Ticket Des Bryant and Golden Ticket Herman Moore leading the way for Mo. Now, defensively, he's a bit of a chameleon. He can do a little bit of everything. He can send some heat, play some coverage. So it'll be interesting to see what strategy he goes with early on in the tournament. I have a feeling he'll just feel out his opponent with some coverage, but we will see how that goes. The guy right below him in his bracket is Trez. Now, Trez booked his ticket into the tournament from Draft Champs Season 2. He's going to need to bring all that he has to the table in order to get out of this group. We don't know a ton about Trez, but it'll be interesting to see how the newcomer plays against some of the guys in this group, especially a guy like Flexen, who's our next guy. Flexen, aka Duke, is a guy that's been around the Madden scene for quite a while. He actually made it to a Madden Finals in 2008. This year, he actually went 3-0 in group play, absolutely dominated group play. So he's definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with in this Group A. The last guy in the bracket is I'm Wild. I'm Wild is a bit of an unknown. The only thing we really know about him is that he is kind of tight with Secret. Now, if you remember Draft Champs Season 1, Secret was an invited past great Madden player. So hopefully some of Secret's tournament knowledge rubs off on I'm Wild, and he can pull an upset here to make things interesting. But I've got Group A, Serious Mo, and Duke coming out of Group A fairly easily. No disrespect to any of the other opponents. These guys just have so much tournament knowledge to go off of. So on to Group B. Group B is led off by none other than Eric Problem Wright, aka the greatest of all time. Probably the greatest Madden player to ever play the game. I've played him several times this year. He's probably the best runner of the football in this tournament. Expect a heavy dose of inside zone. He has some of the best stick too, so even if you think you have him bottled up in the backfield, he can pull out a juke out of nowhere and just make you look absolutely silly. So Problem's going to pound the ball on offense, and he's got some small little complimentary, I can't even talk, some complimentary passing plays. Look for probably some trips out of shotgun. When he gets into the red zone, if he's still running the Seattle playbook like he has been, he'll be running a lot of fullback dive. It's probably the toughest fullback dive to stop in the game is that of the Seattle playbook. And then defensively, he sends heat every single down. He's not a guy that plays any coverage, so look for him to send the heat every single play and make his opponent sweat. The other guy in this bracket, James Piano, was actually the guy that won Draft Champs Season 2 on the Xbox side. In that run that he made, he was running the New Orleans offense. He looked extremely comfortable in it, so I'm assuming he stays in it. Tight offset tight end is the formation that he mainly used. It has a really, really good inside zone and a lot of great complementary passing plays that beat both man and zone. So look for him to run that. Very smart Madden player from what I hear. Defensively, we're not too sure what he's running, but look to see if he brings some of the current meta to the table, like the loop blitzes or the 3-4 solid, 3-4 odd type of defenses to this tournament. Now, the other guy in this group is Stick Talk, who's also known as Young Kiv, a guy that's pretty tight with Problem. Young Kiv, I spoke to him. He considers himself a really good schemer. He has a really good Madden mind, from what I understand. So maybe he'll bring out something different for this tournament defensively. That'll be one of the things I'm looking for. Oh, now on offense, he has a golden ticket Johnny Manziel at his quarterback. So if you've paid attention to Mud at all this year since golden tickets have come out, Manziel is considered one of the best, if not the best, golden ticket to come out. He has the complete package. He can throw the ball, run the ball. He can juke you out of your shoes when he gets into the open field. An absolute nightmare of a card to deal with. So we'll have to see if Kiv utilizes his legs and his arm, which he has the ability to do since he's in the Indianapolis Colts playbook. It's a very versatile playbook. Gun bunch, tight end, gun split close. You can even run some shovel option here and there. So it'll be interesting to see what he goes with. You Buggin' Dude is an Xbox guy. He actually pounds the rock a ton with Golden Ticket Bo Jackson running that buck sweep and looking for those one-on-ones on the outside to hit you deep with some really talented receivers. I'm sure he stacked his roster with. Defensively, he plays more coverage, but don't be fooled. He actually has the ability to send pressure too, so look for that to come into play around third down. But for the most part, he's going to look for his opponent to make the first mistake. Out of that Group B, I got Problem Right and Young Kiv. Now on to Group C, headlined by none other than D. Jones. If you guys watched Draft Champs Season 1, D. Jones had an amazing run in that tournament, made it out to Burbank. I think he played something like over 400 games in order to qualify. The guy has a lot of games under his belt. He knows what he's doing. He has a simple yet effective offense with fullback dive, toss, inside zone, a little bit of four verticals. Defensively, he gives people headaches because he plays quarters man coverage, and he's seemingly able to stop every kind of run in the game with only rushing two players. So it'll be interesting to see how D. Jones fares against this competition. This group is actually fairly tough. Town is actually another PlayStation guy who booked his ticket through Draft Champs Season 2. We don't know a whole lot about Town, but from what we hear, he's a very talented player on the sticks, but he is pretty unfortunate to find himself in this group, aka the group of death, because we also, not only is D. Jones in here, we also have Stiffmeister12, my dude Stiff. You can catch him streaming all the time, twitch.tv/Madden Daily. The guy has been playing some of the best Madden that I've ever seen him play. He's running the New Orleans Saints offense, gun tight, offset tight end, single back tight slots. His offense is led by Golden Ticket Mike Evans, who's an absolute nightmare to deal with, especially with Stiff making great reads right now. Defensively, he can send heat from a few different formations, so it just depends on what his opponent's running. He's running some really, really tough defense right now, and he's forcing you to work to get down the field. He's not giving up the big play, which is an absolute headache to deal with in Madden 16. So the next guy on this list is actually, his name is Hollywood. I don't know, I guess the best to ever play was his gamer tag. It's A Hollywood. A lot of the guys that I play with know him as one of the best underground players currently in Madden. If you guys remember the 4-3 under blitz at the beginning of the year, that was his baby, his creation. Now a lot of other players took it and made it their own and maybe even improved on it, but he's got a really good Madden mind. We don't know much about what his scheme is going to be or the players he's using. He's keeping that under wraps, understandably, but we can expect that he's actually going to play a heck of a game. He's going to be a really tough opponent. So out of that group, I've got Stiff and Hollywood. No disrespect to D. Jones, maybe next year. For Group D, we got my dude Lights Out. Pete is an absolute beast. I've been labbing against Lights Out for several weeks now. His offense is absolutely the biggest headache. The route combinations he's running from Houston with 3 golden ticket wide receivers. Yeah, I said 3 golden ticket wide receivers. It's really, really a nightmare to deal with. So look for him on offense to literally just run what's working. He will run the ball down your throat until you stop it, or he'll dot you up out of the route combinations that he has. So he's going to be a really strong opponent in this, and that's why I actually led off with him out of this group, and also because we had a picture of him. No disrespect to Skimbo, but the other guy in this group obviously is Skimbo. Skimbo, he actually was the runner-up to Serious Mo Draft Champs Season 1, played Serious Mo head-to-head, played him tough. Absolutely one of the best players at making reads in the game. Skimbo runs a ton of gun bunch, doesn't run the ball hardly at all, has a lot of great route combinations cooked up, makes great reads for the most part, and on defense he sends a lot of heat. So at least that's what he did in Draft Champs Season 1. We haven't seen him play much lately. I'm assuming he's still going to send heat every down, but that remains to be seen. Lights Out and Skimbo, 2 of the best players in this group. The other guys in the group are Skeeman. Skeeman is a PlayStation guy. He's considered to be one of the best PlayStation guys out there. I don't know a ton about him, but I asked around. I heard this guy's a really talented Madden player, so I'm looking forward to seeing what this guy brings to the table. He says he likes to actually run, believe it or not, boys and girls, he runs Gun Empty Saint. in this point in time in the year when everybody has heat out of so many different formations, this guy is going empty trying to block stuff. So he's a brave soul. We'll see how it works out for him. I like his style. On offense, he's using the 99 Michael Crabtree as his #1 wide receiver. Not a guy you see a lot of. So this guy is kind of out of the meta. So I respect that. So we'll see what he does in this tournament. This group, unfortunately, is very, very tough because we have another guy who's very good, and that's Spot Me Please. Spot Me Please is considered to have one of the best offenses in this tournament. I know he's a guy that labs and plays against Mo, so he's playing against some top-level talent. He's probably really sharp in his reads. I watched him through qualifiers, and one of the main players on his offense is Golden Ticket Des Bryant. The Golden Ticket Des Bryant can do a little bit of everything, and he's an absolute nightmare one-on-one downfield if you ever need to take a shot. He is also in the Indianapolis Colts offense, so look for that gun bunch tight end again. Like I said, look for that gun split close, possibly in the red zone for an aggressive catch with that little post route out of gun split close. Absolutely deadly route. As far as defensively, he mixes it up pretty well, so it's going to be interesting to see what he goes with as a base defense. But what we do know is this guy is an absolute stud. So for Group D, no disrespect to Mikey Skims, I'm taking Spot Me Please, and I'm taking Lights Out. That'll be all, guys. Hope you liked this content. If you did, make sure you subscribe and comment. You can also check out some of my other gameplay and stuff at twitch.tv/mstack42. You can check me out there. I stream quite frequently. And keep tuned to this YouTube channel. We're going to do some really cool stuff for Madden 17. Going to do an awesome YouTube series that I'll be revealing at the beginning of the year in Madden 17. So I think you guys will really like it. Appreciate all the support, guys. Enjoy the Madden Challenge. Lock up.